you know, for skinnier lines like that, you have to be closer. So you can go is probably about 10 cm.
10 cm.
Roughly about there. So when you want to fill in colors, right? Let's say
like all this.
yeah. So what I'll do is I'll do the outline first, right? Right, and then for me to fill in, I'll go like a printer. Too long.
That's
So
why
the
the
moment you
puddles.
press, right, you move.
What's behind this name, Zero? I mean, I'm just curious.
It's basically zero is an attempt for me to create something that's referred as something negative, right? Zero.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
to give it a positive spin. I come from a very different art form altogether, right? It's street art, it's graffiti, it's always seen as vandalism. And for me to be able to represent my community and the community of artists that I come from, I think is to show the younger generation that, look, you can do what you love and not pander to the norms.
Is there something that you're trying to bring forward?
Like now, a lot of my works are driven by social commentaries, because everything in public space is controlled, is curated. You know, it's got a lot of like laws. What makes me a vandal is just the law.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But in other parts of the world, I could be seen as an artist because people are more accepting towards what I put on the wall.
Yeah.
So that was what drove us. We didn't look at it as like, I'm going to vandalize this wall.
Yeah.
I said, I want to put something beautiful on this wall. You know, there was no malice.
Yeah.
I got recognized for the things that I did on the streets, and then brought me to where I am now. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's very powerful, you know, what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, even for myself, we don't really realize that, you know, you walk past, empty wall is an empty wall. Like what you say, you guys drew without malice. You're putting a message across. Our society here, I think, is a lot more restrictive when it comes to freedom of expression. Yeah, but somehow or other, I think you guys really found a way to move through that obstacle. You know?
It actually allows us to think beyond certain things, our limitations. Creativity always comes from a space where you're being constrained.
Yeah.
Because you need to be more creative to get out of that space.
Basically, you guys actually work around the boundaries of this restriction, right?
And then like find ways and means to kind of like break that boundary and slowly break the glass ceiling.
In your opinion, how far have we come?
One step forward and two steps back. It comes from a lot of different things that are going on around you. I don't want to see everything is just about beauty. Right? There's always things that we can discuss which comes from the ugly. Right, when I painted that Chantok mural, right? It's a story that came out from Kampung Glam that has rarely had mention. It's a tragic story, right? It's about a guy going amok, killing people within the area. And of course, I get criticism because it's so dark. I tell the people who criticize me, look, we teach our kids that 2 atomic bombs were dropped. Not all history is all about rainbows and unicorns. You know, we learn from the tragedy.
So it gives you that balance of both sides, and then it gives you a complete life
then
experience.
It becomes less about toxic positivity, right?
Yeah.
You know, because we're just pushing aside the negative parts of our life and keep forgetting that actually matters to us as well. To grow as human beings, to grow as people.
What you paint or what you draw carries a lot of deeper meaning behind it, right? Yeah.
For myself, yes. I have a certain kind of meaning in my artwork, but I do not want to dictate what it means to you.
Okay.
Because to me, the conversation needs to continue in the way you see things. You see green as something totally different from what I see green. I paint a door and I see it as an escape. You see it as an entrance.
Yes.
So, as an artist, I do not want to dictate how you see my artwork. You tell me how you feel about it and what you see, and then, oh great, then that means the story gets continued. That's the beauty of art, is for you to take that narrative, the visuals, what you experience, and think about it in your own experience, in your own perspective, and your own context. Yeah.
Wow. I've never held a spray can in my life other than when I was very young, just to spray my bicycle. That's it. So it's really opened up my eyes to this whole new street art culture that we have. Eye-opening. Changes a bit of perspective of my life, of what I thought an artist is and what they are really in Singapore especially.